Hi everyone, my name is Veronika, and I would like to share to all of you about my three past experience that I could never forget in my life. So the first one, it's pretty embarrassing and stupid for me. Well, back then when I was 4 years old, a snail on a large snail stuck on my leg, and it all began when my family and I planned for a trip to water park. It exactly in Ciputra. Well, it was on Christmas holiday, so at that day we prepared everything, such like food, swimming suit, and extra clothes, and so on. Then after we finished packing, everything is clean and clear. We went to the water park. Well, as a kid, I also felt bored and sleepy because it was a long journey from my house to the water park. So I slept. And then when we were arrived at the water park, yeah, as soon as possible I opened my eyes and then I felt the excitement through my body. Yeah, I felt really happy that time. Yeah, so we entered the water park and then changed our clothes into the swimming suit, and then we rode a lot of rides over there. Yeah, we tried every single ride over there. Yeah, but then my dad called me to teach me how to swim, and then I agreed to join him. My dad borrowed some of the buoys for my brother and I, and then we entered the swimming pool. Well, at the first time, everything is fine, everything is peace, but then I felt something odd happening. Well, I felt something stuck on my leg, but I just ignored that at first. But it's getting weirder, so I try to move to the surface, and then I found out that a large snail stuck on my leg. At that time, I was very surprised and shocked at the same time. Yeah, so I screamed very loud and I started to crying. Yeah, everyone near the pool was panicked. Also, my dad panicked too. So he tried to calm me down and then he helped me to remove the snail from my leg. Well, it was a bit hard to get rid of the snail. Yeah, but finally it it's finally worked out. Well, and since that time I really scared of snail, even though it's just a picture. Yeah, I'm still scared of it. Every time I saw snail, I always scream, and then my body heat turns up. Yeah, because I remember how it felt when that thing or the snail stuck on my leg. Well, it's pretty embarrassing too, and I could never forget. Well, for the second experience, it happened after my birthday. So back then, when I was a kid, I accidentally saw a ghost. Well, it all happened when I was playing with my toys in my house. Then my aunt surprised me. She came back from her work, and then said that she would took me for a ride and then looking for my birthday present. Yeah, I was so excited and happy at that time because back then when I was a kid, my aunt and I were very close. So we have a little ride and also a little tour, and then we look at what was on the street. Then we stopped at the cell phone shopping center first because my aunt want to bought something for her phone, like probably phone case and cable and so on. Yeah, and after we stopped by the cell phone shopping center, we moved on to the toy store. Yeah, there was a lot of toys there, and it made me happy because as a kid, I really like to play with toys. Yeah, so I picked a princess doll, I guess, as my birthday gift. And I also picked a tea set toy. And then after my aunt bought me some present, we went back to our house. But yeah, something odd did happen that time. The in front of the toy store, there was like an old abandoned building. Well, and then I saw like a person. It's like a old woman with a scary stare staring at me, and then I was having a goosebump and shock at that time. Well, that old woman also covered with blood, and then yeah, at that time I shivered and I tried to ask my aunt, did you, and I asked her like, did you saw that old woman in front right over there? But my aunt seems to didn't say anything. So yeah, I shocked, and then I start to cry. Yeah, my aunt asked me, what happened to you? And I answer like, that old woman kept staring at me with a scary eye and a body full of blood. And yeah, I scream and crying a lot. Then my aunt grabbed me to the motorcycle, and then we went fast to our house. Yeah, in the middle of the trip back to our house, I still crying because how scary of that old woman looked. Well, I didn't really realize if it was a ghost, but then when we got home, my aunt told me that what I saw is not a person, but it's a ghost. Well, for the last experience, it is also connected to mythical things. So in 2020, during the pandemic, my younger brother was born. Well, for this situation, it's like it's impossible for my mom in her age to give a birth, but thank to God, she survived. And yeah, after my brother born, we having a little celebration. So we decided to go for a trip in our village, precisely in Madiun. Yeah, we stayed right there for 2 weeks. And for the first week, everything was fine. Everything is so peace. It was very exciting and full with joy. Our big family from the village gathered around, yeah, to celebrate the born of my brother. Well, so we decided to have a family tradition. In Japanese, we had a tradition when a baby has reached the age of 7 months. We have a event that is called with Tata Sitten. Yeah, so we have it to give a blessing to my brother. And the event is filled with a beautiful and festive decoration. Well, in the first phase, the baby bathed in the water that containing 7 kind of flower. Well, after the bathing phase, the baby will try, and then my brother was placed in like a chicken coop, which is filled with objects such as stationery, monies, and then books, and so on. Well, it is symbolized as the successful career for his future. And after that, the baby will led by my parents to step on the 7 piece of food container that contains food. Well, the last phase, the baby will be carried by my parents through the 7 rungs that made out of bamboo. Well, so that's how it went for the sit ceremony. Yeah, and then we have a little break after the event and have a little feast. But around like 2 or 3 days after the ceremony, something bad happened to my younger brother. In the middle of the night, he cried a lot, and then yeah, all of our family members were awoke, and then my grandma tried to look what's wrong with my younger brother. So yeah, my brother body burning up, and then my grandma had a hunch that the baby saw or uh, disturbed by a ghost. So so my grandma took like a holy water and she she wiped the holy water through my brother's head, and then yeah, everything back to normal. But it was crazy and insane. So that's the three unforgettable experience that happened in my life. Thank you for watching my videos.